suspicion.
Plus, 3 guilty verdicts in connection to the murder of Crystal Rogers. Now many are asking, will there be more arrests? The disappearance of Crystal Rogers has captivated the city of Bardstown for 10 years.
Brooks Houck, Rogers' boyfriend, along with the father and son team of Steve and Joseph Lawson, they have all been convicted of their role in her murder. But the search for answers about exactly what happened to Rogers and who all was involved is not over.
We explore those lingering questions tonight with team coverage. Alexis Matthews sat down with a former detective on the case to get insight on what's next in this investigation. Alexis.
Well, Rick and Jennifer, in order to talk about the future of the Rogers case, former detective Jody Gitterland, who took over when Jonathan Snow retired, had to go back to the early days of this investigation and how Brooks Houck was always on their radar. The prayers for Crystal yard sign is more meaningful to Joey Gilliland after Brooks Houck and Joseph Lawson's guilty verdicts on Tuesday. Now retired from Nelson County Sheriff's Office, he assisted lead detective John Snow on the case back in 2015, acting as a liaison between their office and the FBI. He says Houck was a suspect from the beginning.
It's usually the husband, the boyfriend, the girlfriend, the wife. I mean, it's the last person they were with. I mean, that is usually a good place to start.
Now, 10 years later, could the convictions in Rogers' case set off a domino effect? Snow's comment during our interview hints that answer could be yes.
I feel like we got a little more to go.
What does that mean?
You'll see.
I asked Gilliland about Snow alluding to more potential arrests in Rogers' case and if prosecutors' repeated mentions of 2 co-conspirators during the trial gives insight into who.
Can we put a name on it? Do you think it'll be Rosemary and Nick?
I mean, that's, again, where the signs are pointing. That's what they're telling us. So, again, I've been out of it for several years, but I don't see how that wouldn't be a possibility.
While pieces of the puzzle to Rogers' disappearance are slowly being put together, Gilliland is hopeful justice will be served in the other unsolved murders that haunt Nelson County. Bardstown police officer Jason Ellis, Kathy and Samantha Netherlands, as well as Tommy Ballard, Rogers' father, all killed under suspicious circumstances, back to back.
Do you think any of those cases are connected to Crystal's?
I used to not, and I don't know how to feel about that anymore. You know, like if they were capable of this, obviously they're capable of anything.
And I do want to point out that Rosemary and Nick Houck have never faced charges in connection to the Rogers case. Meanwhile, today I talked to a legal expert to break down the second Rogers trial.
My sense was that the lawyers on both sides of this case were very skilled. This was a trial that I saw from the outside that was conducted at the highest level. It's always a challenge for lawyers when scientific evidence is introduced to make sure that the jury doesn't put too much confidence or faith in that. On the other hand, people love eyewitness testimony. Now, you don't have eyewitness testimony about a death in this case, about an actual killing, but you have all of the other evidence from those eyewitnesses.
The murder convictions without her body, the 4-hour deliberations, the standout moments in prosecutors' case that led to those guilty verdicts, and where did the defense fall short? I'll have more with U of L law professor Mark Murphy tonight at 6. Back to you.